ASP.NET. Been an MVP for 3 years. Probably the whole experience. I mean, I get to meet a lot of people. There's a lot of opportunities, and when I say opportunities, it's not just like what I get from being an MVP, but I also get to give a lot back. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities that you get to take advantage of to speak, to participate in events, like this, like Tech Ed, where you get to volunteer, and it's really cool. I mean, you get to meet people from all over the world. You get to learn a bunch of new things. You get to share the knowledge that you know. So it's a really great program, really good opportunity. After .NET 2.0 hit, there was a particular control that was rolled out for reporting purposes, and it was rolled in with SQL Server reporting, and you could do reporting services, either ASP.NET reporting services, or you could do you could do reporting services as part of ASP.NET or WinForms. And there was this, basically you could do it client side, and it didn't have to be done with SQL reporting services. So anyway, people were trying to deploy this using click once technology, which was new to new to .NET 2.0, and you couldn't do it because you were missing like a DLL. You couldn't find that. Where was that? And what happened was I figured out a way to kind of like hack the reporting control and find where that missing DLL was, and I blogged about it, and a lot of people were like, "Oh wow, I could find this now, and I could deploy it using click once. I didn't have to, run like a setup file, on my machine to install it." So it was easy to do in the context of like a smart client, where I didn't have to have elevated permissions and all that kind of thing. So I blogged about that, and it felt good because I went out there and I saw a lot of people, kind of linking to my blog and saying, "Oh wow, this guy found out how to do it. He figured it out. Here's the solution." So it was pretty cool. It was a good experience. I was a little late to some of the tools like Twitter. Twitter has really been like the last 6 months or so that I've started using it, and the value there I found was really in context. It's like you find people that you really trust and are experts in a particular area, and they're giving you, links to specific topics. So I mean, I've really embraced Twitter. Used Facebook a lot. Really like Facebook. And I tend to do a lot of speaking. So I've been really embracing speaking. I've been doing, code camps, SharePoint Saturdays, just any opportunities like that I can do. I did the Dallas SharePoint Tech Fest, and let's see, I did 2 presentations there. The first one was tdwilliamson.com Under the Hood, and that was a public-facing website that we built on SharePoint. So that was a really well-received topic, and we had about at least 50 people in attendance. So that was a good one. Well, my day job is a solutions architect. So there's areas that I have like, I guess, really intimate knowledge, and then there's areas where I kind of keep a pulse on. So it really, I guess, varies. For example, I've obviously stayed up on SharePoint, and stayed up on ASP.NET in general. Have a good understanding of things like, jQuery, good understanding of, Silverlight, messaging, let's see what else, database, the language, like just C# in general, So yeah, I mean, I'm always reading, always trying to keep up with what's new, and there's just lots of things that I need to dive into. It just depends on the project, I like to blog. I like to speak. I like to help people. I like it when I like building community. I like when people have attended an event or have been to an event that I've helped organize, or been to a presentation and they've learned something, and they've learned something, like you've answered a question and you could see it, like something clicks, it makes sense. That's a good feeling, So I enjoy that a lot, and I don't know. It's just it catches. It catches you. It's like you can't always explain like why you do it. It's just it's your way to contribute. It's your way of like kind of giving back. It's something you're passionate about. I think that really sets aside MVPs a lot, because I was talking to my manager, and that's something she's noticed. It's like what really sets apart MVPs, and it's really the passion, because there's a lot of people that develop or or architects or whatever as maybe their day job, but MVPs do it morning, noon, and night. They eat, sleep, and breathe it. I help my parents all the time. It's kind of funny. I mean, there's always something, like help them update their virus, update the virus scan, update their Windows Explorer. It's like, oh, I got a new version. What does this mean? Well, it means you got to update your your browser, because there's a new version now. Oh, what will that give me? Well, it'll gives you some new features. It's gonna make it a little bit faster for you. So I'm always helping them with stuff like that. Yes. Unfortunately, no, not yet. I've been keeping my eye on it. I mean, I'm really focused on blogging, on Twitter, on Facebook, on the user group, on, I run a user group, and then on speaking. And on top of it all, I have a 1.5-year-old daughter. So, yeah, I'm kind of trying to focus my energies a little bit. Well, I did a few today. I mean, I just got done doing, I'm doing some right now one was about SharePoint. Some requirements came out for 2010. So I blogged about that, and then I've been tweeting about, some of the stuff we're doing here in the TLC section, about, MVPs can come by to get interviews, MVPs can come by to get their picture taken, learn more about the MVP program. So, I guess that's a good way of describing how I like to use the social networking capabilities, to try and make people aware of what's going on, try and, just some of it's getting out information that already exists, some of it's maybe making people aware of stuff they might not have known.